this live stream can stay up with us this time. So this particular video was based on a subscriber question. If you don't know what those are, something that I thoroughly enjoy doing if you are a subscriber to this channel is answering your questions. All you have to do is leave a comment on any video that is your question, and I will do my best to answer it in the next couple of days. So in this case, the subscriber question is, okay, how would you tackle affordable housing, right? If we agree that affordable housing is a challenge worth undertaking, how would you go after it? Now, first, this video comes from a subscriber who has seen some of my videos based on rent control, AB 1492, which is the Assembly's new code for rent control, or what they would call rent cap in California. And, the question is, okay, if that's not the way, how would you do it? So I think I would tackle it this way. If we really look at it, I believe our biggest problem, right, and there are lots of problems that are intertwined, but our biggest problem is we have a concentration of high-paying jobs in very, land restricted areas. San Francisco, the Bay Area, Orange County, and other areas across the country. Because affordable housing is a national problem, not just a Bay Area problem. But when you look at, and we can all agree that income, high-paying jobs, and the income and these the jobs that come out from that are concentrated in certain areas. If we can agree on that, and it's those jobs that pull people there, and then you add on top of that the weather tax, Bay Area weather and all of those things. But really what I think it is it's high-paying jobs in a central location. Because then what happens is you just get people migrating, and soon they're suffering 30 and then 60 and then 90 and heavens forbid 2-hour commutes. Because again, the location of these high-paying jobs is so restrictive. So if that's the root that we need to fix, you go after that a couple of different ways. Right now what's happening is there is some technology advances, and there's a desire for other regions around the country to pull technology jobs and high-paying jobs out of California. And that's what you have going on right now because of all the regulation and taxation and all of that. It's just easier for jobs or employers to relocate somewhere else, hence Texas, the Research Triangle in North Carolina, and Denver, and all these other areas. So right now we are pushing jobs out of California given the regulations and taxation that we have in the state. That's what's happening. The other thing that could happen is, okay, what could we do to alleviate the congestion on their highways, congestion getting to work, right? What if we created an infrastructure where people could get from, theoretically places, 100 miles away in 45 minutes to an hour? That would immediately relieve stress on the infrastructure, meaning our freeways. It would immediately reduce stress on our housing prices and rents, because trust me, would you rather live in a 400 square foot shoebox in San Francisco or an hour away in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single-story house for the same amount? You would much rather live in a house. You're only doing the shoebox because it's just too far away otherwise. So I believe the thing that we must have an appetite for, which the current environment doesn't seem like we do, is we need to set up mass transportation that is done in a economical way that provides connectivity with Wi-Fi and the like, so that hour commute is productive time. And we should probably realize that we actually have a lot of land in California. It's just that our infrastructure and the ability to move people is not great. So if we could, add high-speed rail or something like that to our infrastructure, we would be able to reduce the price of homes in the Bay Area. Because again, ask yourself, the reason why we have 1950s houses going for millions of dollars is because of the demand. If we suddenly said, instead of spending 1.5 in Burlingame, why don't you go live in somewhere else for 500 grand? And oh, by the way, we can get you to work in 45 minutes, which you do anyway. It would be a huge win, right? So if we had ways to move thousands of people economically, safely, with connectivity, an hour around San Francisco, an hour around the Bay Area, we would see Bay Area prices fall, we would see rent fall, and we would see population increase in California instead of exiting as we are doing now. So when I look at it, that's where I start. But there's lots more. There's job training, and there's learning, how to budget and live below your means, and there's all these other things. But if I had to pick one thing to go after, and it's hard, it'll take years, if not a decade. We have lots of people that are, don't put that in my backyard and all of that. We just need some politicians with some heart and some desire to fix the problem, and we could do it. If they go after quick fixes and headline reading stuff, we're not going to fix the problem. I've already given you videos where cities that have rent control, like New York, lost 1 million units. We can go back and watch what happens to value of properties in rent controlled areas like Cambridge, Massachusetts. And of course, we have San Francisco that is just a train wreck with ultra high end owner occupied and then nothing in the middle, and just really disgusting properties on the bottom. So this is a real problem. Our politicians need to step up and take care of California, which they're not. They're just worried about their next election and lining their pockets with whatever they're doing. So that's what I would do. Again, affordable housing is real. It's a problem worth tackling. We just do not have a legislature that's interested in tackling it, in my opinion. So that's what I would do. I hope that helps. I'd love to hear from you. What would you do? Again, I don't claim to have any great ideas on this. So if you have some other ideas, what would you do to solve affordable housing in California or anywhere else in the country? Let me know. Love to hear from you. Take care.